Okay, good evening. Welcome to Math for Kids number 3. Today we're going to take a look at one pretty hard problem, which is the first problem, and then one problem that's hopefully a little bit easier. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the problem. It takes 6 people working together 4 days to complete a certain project. How long would it take 8 people working at the same rate to complete the same job? So you got 6 people working together, and it takes them 4 days. So, do you think 8 people would do it faster or slower?
Probably faster.
Okay, why?
Well, because it's more people.
Okay, so our answer should hopefully be less than 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, well, I want to figure out how much one guy works in a day.
6 people implies 4 days. Well, let's see how long it would take one person to complete the same job. How long do you think it would take 3 people to complete the same job?
2 days. It's exactly half.
Well, think about it for a second. Do you think 3 people are going to take longer or shorter to do the same job?
Longer.
Right, longer. So, if 6 people are working, it takes 4 days. How long do you think it'll be if 3 people are working together?
Probably 8 days.
Why?
Because they go slower.
They go slower.
And it's half.
Right, it's half as many people, so it's going to take twice as many days. So, in other words, after 4 days, how much through the project will the 3 people be?
Well, after 4 days, they'll be halfway.
Halfway through. So, right, so it'll be 8 days.
I know what the project is.
I don't know. Maybe it's eating a gigantic loaf of bread. Okay, so 3 people, it takes 8 days. Now, how long do you think it would take one person?
24 days.
24 days, okay. Okay, so let's see if we understand that. If it takes 3 people 8 days, why is it going to take one person 24 days?
Because you divide 3 by 3 to get 1.
3 by 3 to get 1, and what do you do to the other side of the equation?
You times it by 3.
You times it by 3. That's interesting.
Well, I know how many 12 people it's going to take.
Okay, how long will you think it'll take 12 people?
Well, 12 people, I think it will take 8 days, since it's twice 6.
Interesting. So 6 people working together. This is why this problem is hard, because it's sort of hard to think about it. So 6 people take 4 days. You think 12 people will take more or less time to do it?
Less.
Okay. So 12 people, how long do you think that's going to take?
12 people, I think that will take 8 days. Except that took 8 days.
3 people took 8 days.
I mean 2 days.
2 days. 12 people is going to take 2 days.
24 people is going to take 1 day, but we don't have to do that.
Okay, 24 people will take 1 day. Actually, you know what? I forgot where I'm filming. Is that still no good? 12 people, it takes 2 days. So now we're looking for how long is it going to take 8 people to complete the job?
We have to take away 4 men. Well, I want to figure out how much 2 people work in a day.
Okay, well if 2 people, we know if one person is going to take 24 days. So if 2 people are working together, how long do you think it's going to take?
12.
12 days, so 2 people. 12 days.
Well,
Sorry about that. Now the real question is 8 people. If one person can do it in 24 days, how did you figure out how long it was going to take 2 people?
well, we just divide it by 2.
What did you divide by 2?
Well, we times this side by 2 and divide this side by 2.
Okay. So how do you think we can get up to 8?
Or we can figure out 4 people at the times that.
Okay, let's figure out 4 people. That's a great idea. So
Well, 2 people is 12 days.
Yeah.
So 4 people has to be 6 days.
So 4 people will be 6 days. Why don't you get off the chair, because we're out of room here. Okay. And what do you think 8 people is going to be?
8 people will take 3 days.
Okay, 8 people will take 3 days. Okay, that's actually not bad. So, this is a hard problem actually.
Yeah.
And the homework problem is actually just as hard. So, what you can do in a problem like this is it's good to try to figure out how long it takes one person to do a job. Mm-hmm. In this case, it was 24 days. Now here we could have just multiplied by 8 on this side, and what would we have to do to that side?
Divide it by 8.
Divide it by 8, yeah. And one thing to ask yourself on problems like this is, should my answer be more or less? So if 6 people take 4 days, should 8 people be more or less than 4 days?
Less.
And did it turn out to be less?
Of course.
Okay, so just be careful when you're doing this problem. So this was one you might be good to refer back to when you're doing a homework problem. Okay? All right, you ready for the next one?
Of course.
Okay, here's problem number 2. You bought a pea shooter for $100, and then you sold it for $150. Bought another one for $100, and then sold that one for $75. Did you make money or lose money after all of these transactions? And how much did you make or lose? Okay, you ready to try to tackle this problem? Okay. Go, get on your chart. How do you want to think about this?
Well,
I'm actually interested to see how you want to think about this one. Okay, get up on your chair. Alright, so how do you want to think about this one?
Well, first I want to see if we made or lose money.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. So how do you think you're going to figure that out?
So, just getting my chair a little closer.
Okay.
So first we minus $100.
Okay. So first you start out with you go minus 100 because that money goes out the door. Good job.
And then plus 150.
Please write your 5s properly.
I am.
Okay. So because that money, you get that money. Okay. What happens next?
And then another minus 100.
Okay.
And then plus 75.
Okay, very good. Nice job on that 5, by the way.
So then minus 100. So right here in this sequence, we have 50.
Okay.
50. And then minus 100 plus 75. 50, and we have minus 25.
Okay. Actually, jump down now. Okay. So now, what do you have? What's the last step?
50 minus 25, and that equals 25.
Okay. So did you make money or did you lose money?
Looks like we made money.
How much did you make?
$25.
Very good job. Wow. I wasn't sure how you'd approach that problem, but that's a great way to do it.
Isn't it funny that they write the dollar sign before it?
Yeah.
$25.
Yeah, but you say $25.
I know.
That is pretty funny.
The dollar sign should be here.
Yeah, it should be. Because that's what you say. You say $25.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And the cent sign is...
Right, the cent sign goes at the end.
Yeah, the cent sign is in the right position, but the dollar sign isn't.
Yeah, who makes up these rules?
I think the law does.
The law does? The law does? Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe the dollar man.
The dollar man. All right, good job today, sweetie. Good job.
Problems.
Oh yeah, sorry, homework problems. Where's your marker?
I put it over there.
Okay, so it's Olympiad 2, Olympiad 1, number 5.
Olympiad 1, number 5.
Oh, sorry, I didn't grab the right marker. Olympiad 1, number 5, and Olympiad 2, number 1. Okay, that's your homework for tomorrow. Okay, good job, sweetie.